Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So today I thought I would do a quick haul video for you guys. I was out and about and picked up a few things over the last week or so. Not a lot of stuff, but I thought I'd talk about them because some of them I really like. So let's jump in and get started. I'm going to start with lip products. I picked up a couple of the new NARS Audacious lipsticks, and the colors I got are not going to be shocking to you. The first one is in the color Anita. Well, first let's start with the packaging. It's in, you know, just regular black square packaging, typical of a NARS lipstick. They are a little bit different. They are magnetic and a little bit, I think the tube is a little bit larger than my other NARS lipsticks, so that's nice. The Audacious lipsticks are a matte formula, but they don't really feel or look overly matte on the lips, so I kind of like the formula a lot, actually. So the first one I picked up was in the color Anita, which is just a really pretty sort of, you know, pinky nude. It's sort of right in my comfort zone. The pigmentation of these is fantastic, I will say that. I mean, look at the pigmentation in that lipstick, and that was just, you know, sort of a swiping back. So it's really nice. And as you can tell, maybe you can't, it's not overly matte. It looks a little more matte on the lips, but it's not overly matte. It doesn't feel drying on the lips. It does feel a little bit like a matte lipstick on the lips, but not overly drying, if that makes any sense. And then the other one I picked up was Bridget, and that's what I have on my lips today. And this is more of a peachier nude. So there it is. It's a little more on the coral side than Anita is, but equally as pigmented. There you go. So they're very close. One is a little bit more, has a little more pink or mauve to it, and this has a little more coral to it. But still, I would consider this a, you know, a pinky coral. It's not super coral. It does look a little more coral on me, I think, because things tend to warm up on my skin when I put them on. But I really like both of these colors. You know, I didn't really, and I like that the packaging is, you know, magnetic, and it, you know, it feels nice and substantial in the hand. It's a really nice lipstick. I may go back and look at some other more fall type colors for fall winter, but I wanted to see how I liked the formula before I bought any more of them. But it wears really nicely. It isn't a long wear lipstick, but it wears really nicely for several hours. And when it starts to wear, it doesn't seem to settle in my lines or anything like that. I will say that it is best to start with a moisturized lip when you're going to use these. If your lips are feeling dry and you go to put these on, it's not going to be pretty. So make sure you give your lips a good shot of moisture before you try to wear these lipsticks. But I really like both of those. The next thing I picked up was a couple of products from Kevyn Aucoin, and I have owned these products in the past, and then they became very hard to get because the company decided to change the packaging and reformulate the products a little bit, but they're finally back in stock. So for those of you who are fans of the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder, you know, in the color medium, it's back. It's back in stock. It's just a beautiful, relatively cool tone brown for sculpting. This is not a bronzer. It's used for sculpting the face, not just the cheeks. You can sculpt the chin, you can sculpt the eye. What I will say is the color is very similar to what it was in the old formulation. Sorry about the glare. I don't have my old one, so I'm not sure if it's the same size that it was, but it's more pigmented. So for those of you who, so you have to be a little bit more careful with this one, or you'll end up with your contour being way too noticeable. So there it is. You can see it's just sort of a, I would call it more of a neutral color. It's not super cool toned. It looks very natural on the skin. For me, I have to be careful that I don't go too heavy. There it is. That's a very heavy swatch. I have to be careful that I don't go too heavy because I'm very fair. But this is a very natural looking contour, I think. I like using this to contour My cheeks, when I'm going to contour them, I always use it to contour around my jawline, and I even like this to, you know, contour my eyes a little bit. So it's a really nice product. It's back in stock. For those of you who have been wanting to get it, it's back in stock. I actually like the smaller packaging. It's easier if you like to carry it. You know, it's still, the packaging is still the same, you know, it's the dark red that fades into the black with, you know, gold trim. It's just much smaller. And they don't come with a brush or anything like they used to. They do come in a little velvet pouch if you like to keep your products in the pouches. And then the other thing I picked up was his Celestial powder, which is his highlighter in the color Candlelight, and this has been out of stock forever as well, but they are back in stock and available again. This is as beautiful as it used to be. It is, I will say, slightly more pigmented. So there it is. It's a pretty it's a creamy color, slightly golden, but not too golden for me to wear. It's not overly gold. I really like this as a highlighter. It's very natural looking. You could build it up and make it crazy highlight, but it's also very natural looking for every day. So I like it, and they were back in stock, so I picked them up. Again, the packaging is just the same as the sculpting powder was. And I don't remember how big the old versions were. These are now 0.11 ounces or 3.1 grams. These will, I mean, this is a lot. This, you know, while it looks small, it will take forever to use this up because it just, you know, you don't use much of it. I'll swatch it for you so you can see. Now this is a very heavy swatch, but it's right here. You can see how beautiful it is. It's very natural looking though. You can make it very, very natural looking if you put it on lightly. I like it. I like it for highlighting the cheekbones. I like it for, you know, down the center of the nose, right at the Cupid's bow if you want to add a little something to your lip. It's very nice. And the last thing I'm going to show you may surprise some of you, but I actually bought the Urban Decay Vice palette. I don't usually get into these big palettes, and especially the Vice palettes, because they're just not colors that I would use on a regular basis. But I looked at this palette and I thought, it was a very usable palette. So first of all, it comes in a little zipper pouch. I don't know that I will ever use this, but you could use this for a makeup pouch or whatever. It's like a, I don't know, maybe it's nylon, but it's very thick. It's not flimsy. You can see it, you know, it's not flimsy at all. And it has the UD logo, Urban Decay logo on it. I don't know, you know, if you need a makeup bag, this might be the kind of thing you like, or if you can keep the palette in it if you don't want the palette to get scratched up. I will probably end up giving that away. So here it is, the Vice palette. Here's what it looks like. I think this is Vice 3. And it has 20 shadows in it, 20, and they're supposed to be all new colors, and they are 0.8 grams a piece. So I'm not sure how that compares to a full size, but they're good size shadows. It comes with a dual-ended brush. Not the quality of an Urban Decay brush. It's a synthetic brush. It probably could be used if you wanted to. I don't think I will. And then it has a huge mirror over here. I still have the film on mine, but it is a very nice mirror. So if you were traveling with this, you could actually do your makeup with the mirror. But here is the palette. The colors are really, really pretty. And yes, there are some colors in here that are a little bit out there, but the reason I decided to buy it is, first of all, I enjoy Urban Decay shadows. They're very nice. And I like the fact that if you look at this palette, these colors over here, these four, this row is all matte. Very good for a brow highlighter and transition colors and lid colors. They're all matte. This blue color is also matte. And the rest of them are, this is a matte as well, this dark color. But this side is also very neutral, very wearable, great for creating a smoky eye. So this side and this side, all very usable colors. And then this row here is also very usable. That purple is a beautiful color. This color, this golden bronze, is beautiful, beautiful. I wore this the other day, just this, all over my lid with some dark brown liner and mascara, and I got a ton of compliments. This dark brown is very wearable. So I felt like a lot of the colors for me were very wearable, and then it gave me these colors over here will just be fun to play with once in a while for a little added color. So these three will be my biggest challenge to use. I will also use this row because it's nice to layer some of these for giving your shadow some dimension and that kind of thing. So I thought the colors, you know, the palette was all very usable. And what I will say is, of the colors, I've swatched them all. They're all pretty good. There are a few of them, the mattes over here are very powdery when you dip your brush in them. They're very powdery. However, they go on beautifully and they blend beautifully. So for me, if I know they're powdery, I'm okay with it. You put your brush in it, you know, flick it off a little bit, and then you know, work on your eye. I'm okay with that. There's no glitter in them, so they don't give me a ton of fallout. They're just powdery when you first put your brush in them. And the rest of them, there's none in here with big glitter chunks in them. So you're not going to get fallout of glitter, which used to be the case for some of the Urban Decay shadows. And a lot of them are very, very beautiful. So, for example, here is Last Sin, which is a beautiful champagne color, which all over the lid, just beautiful. I'm not going to swatch them all, and here's another one of the shimmery ones, and this is called Angel, and it's just a beautiful taupe. Again, all over the lid, beautiful. And while these are shimmer, there's enough mattes in here for transition and to put on the lid when you want something more matte, that I felt like this was a very usable palette for me. So I picked it up, and I'm going to challenge myself to have a little fun with some of these colors and see how I could use them. I thought it was a really fun palette just to own because it was so different. You could create so many different looks with them. I haven't bought a big palette in a long time, and I had no intentions of buying this. And when I went to look at it and I was swatching some of them, I just thought, you know, they're really wearable and really pretty. So here is one of my favorite colors, and this is called Lucky, and it's a beautiful golden bronze. And this is the one I was telling you about that I wore all over my lid. Yep, it's on my middle finger. Sorry, don't mean to be flipping you off. I wore it all over my lid with just some, and then I just blended it out in the crease. Just blended it out with a clean brush, threw some liner on and mascara, and that was it. And I got so many compliments that day, and that's all I had on was that. So that was really pretty. And then the other one that kind of sold me, actually they were these two. Because I thought, look at how pretty these colors are. This one is called Sonic, and I wore this the other day sort of in the corner and blended into the crease. And it was a really unique look on my eye. It was really pretty, and it was really different. And a lot of people said, wow, your eyes look really cool today. So, you know, I like it. And this palette will challenge me a little to take some steps outside my comfort zone. But I really like it. So I think if you're a palette person, this is a palette that I think for the most part is very, very usable. All the shadows that I've used, again, like I said, some are powdery and some you have to build a little, but they've all been very blendable on the eye. This is what I'm wearing today. What do I have on today? I've got Downfall in my crease today, which is just a warm, soft brown color. I have this brown color Rain in my outer corner today. I have this on my brow bone. It's called Truth. And then I have something different on my lid, which I'll talk about in another video. But it's, like I said, very wearable for every day, which kind of surprised me, which is why I got it. So this is a palette that I've just been leaving out on my vanity and reaching for every day, you know, to make sure that I start using it and really start enjoying them. So again, I think this is a really good deal. I don't remember what the price was. I will notate that here. But that's it. I got a couple of lipsticks, the Kevyn Aucoin products, and the Urban Decay Vice palette. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing all of that. That is it for today. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all again soon.